This is spelling list number 29. The first word is number 2, translate. 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 To put into a different language. Sequoia enabled men to translate the New Testament into the Cherokee language. Translate. If Mrs. Christensen came in our class, she could translate your name into the Spanish word for your name. Translate. Number 4, transfigure. Transfigure. I'm going to erase this. Transfigure. 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 To change in form or appearance. Your attitude, whether good or bad, can transfigure your facial expressions. So it changes what something looks like if something is transfigured. When you're in a grumpy mood, your face transfigures to grumpy. But when you're in a happy mood, your face transfigures to happy. Transfigure. The next word is number 5, and it is the word transition. 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 Transition means a passing from one state, subject, or place to another. Your transitions between paragraphs need work. So when something transitions, it changes from one thing, from one subject, from one place, from one state of being to another. Water can transition from rain to ice to snow. Transition. The next word is the word transport. 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 To carry from one place to another. It took 65 days for the Mayflower to transport the Pilgrims to the New World. Transport. To move from one place to another. The next word is the word epidermis. 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 The outer layer of skin. A first-degree burn usually leaves redness on the epidermis only. So the skin that we see, that is our epidermis. If somebody pinches you, they're pinching your epidermis, your outer skin. The next word is the word epistle. 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 A letter or message which commonly, a letter or message which commonly includes advice or directions. Epistle. Paul wrote an epistle to the church at Philippi to teach them about giving. Epistle. It is a letter that someone writes or a message which gives them instructions or directions. The next word is the word number 10, the word epitaph. Epitaph. That PH just says in phone at the end. Epitaph. 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 An epitaph is a short tribute to a dead person or an or an inscription on a tomb. Epitaph. Mr. Simon's life Bible verse was used for his epitaph. So if we go to a funeral and we hear people say something very kind about the person that has passed away, they're giving a tribute to that person. It is their epitaph. Also, if we see a tomb, or if we would see a gravestone that has something written on it, that's their epitaph. It's the inscription that's on the gravestone or on the tomb. Or it's the kind words that someone says about someone who has passed away. It is the word epitaph. The next word, I actually forgot to write this word. The next word is number 11. Number 11. And it is the word, here's how we pronounce this word. It is the word epitome. Epitome. It looks like epitome. We pronounce it epitome. Epitome. E-P-I-T-O-M-E. Epitome. An ideal representative. My old hound dog is the epitome of laziness. Something that is an epitome of something else represents that word well. So my old hound dog sitting around doing nothing is a representative or is the epitome of the word laziness. My hound dog shows what laziness is. That is what an epitome of something is. Do you know someone that's always super friendly and they're always kind and loving? Well, they are the epitome of kindness. They are a kind person. That is number 11, epitome. The next word is number 13, and it is the word episode. Episode. E-P-I-S-O-D-E. Episode. A happening in real life or in a story. Grandpa promised to tell us the next episode of his war stories after supper. So Grandpa was telling this series of stories that happened, and the next story that would happen was the next episode. You guys know that word because on Netflix or on whatever, you might watch the next episode of a series of unfortunate events, right? So that episode is what is happening next in real life or in a story. The next word is number 15, and it is the word bounteous. Bounteous. B-O-U-N-T-E-O-U-S. Bounteous. Bounteous means plentiful or generous. The bounteous harvest of vegetables will supply our needs for the entire winter. If you have a bounteous amount of something, you have plenty. You have a generous amount of it. Bounteous. The next word is the word perilous. Perilous. P-E-R-I-L-O-U-S. P-E-R-I-L-O-U-S. Perilous. Full of danger. If you've ever been through a perilous time, it was full of danger. Last night, there were tornadoes and bad storms happening around the area. You will have watched this. I made this video after the storms happened one night. It was a perilous time. It was full of danger. Even our dog Scarlet was very scared. The word perilous means full of danger. The next word is the word virtuous. That's number 23. Virtuous. And it is spelled V-I-R-T-U-O-U-S. Virtuous. It means good or pure or upright. And Grandma's virtuous life was a testimony to everyone who knew her. Virtuous. It was a pure life, a good life, an upright life, and that's what virtuous means. I didn't give you the sentence for perilous, so I'll go ahead and read it. Daniel Boone's perilous journey through the wilderness opened the way for new settlements in the West. That was the sentence for perilous. All right, these last three words are a little different than what we're used to doing. These are the spelling words: haughty, abbreviate, and cordial. But they did not give us the meaning of these words. They did not give us the definition. Instead, we are going to learn the antonym of these words. Remember that antonyms are words that are against each other, or they're opposites, like hot and cold, and thin and fat. Those are opposites. Those are antonyms. So the words, the definitions that they've given us for these words, they are not the meaning of the words. They're the opposite meaning of the word. Okay? So the first word that we're going to spell is the word haughty. Haughty. H-A-U-G-H-T-Y. Haughty. Now, the word haughty literally means full of pride, or they're proud in not a good way. Full of pride, full of themselves. That's what the word means. So the opposite of haughty would be humble. Or they're not full of pride. They're not full of thinking a lot of themselves. They're humble. So the word is haughty, and the antonym, the opposite meaning of haughty, is humble. The next word is the word abbreviate. Abbreviate. A-B-B-R-E-V-I-A-T-E. Abbreviate. The word abbreviate actually means to shorten. You know, we've written our abbreviations of our name before, right? So Danielle's abbreviations would be DTY, and Landon's abbreviations would be LCL. What happened to those names? We shortened them. We abbreviated them. Okay? So abbreviate means to shorten. So the opposite of abbreviate would be lengthen, to make it longer. This would be the opposite of abbreviate, lengthen. The next word is the word cordial. Cordial. It has a J sound in it, but there's no G, there's no J. Cordial. C-O-R-D-I-A-L. Cordial. If someone is cordial, they're very friendly and kind. So the opposite of cordial, the antonym of cordial, would be unfriendly. Unfriendly. And that's our list for this week.